Hello everyone, my name is Joshua and I'll be solving this 10 days of JavaScript problem. Day 5 template literals, let's begin. Um, this is a tricky question. You are past the area and perimeter of a rectangle, and what we want to do with the function that we're going to create is we want to find the initial values of S1 and S2 by plugging it into this formula below. P represents perimeter, A represents the area. We're trying to find out what S is. Let's begin. Now not yet. We need to create an array with S1 and S2 and sort it in ascending order. All right, and return that sorted array. Let's begin. Okay, this is a lot to do. I'll confess to you, I'll look at this problem ahead of time, and I don't like the way it was framed. I mean, you might be asking, what the heck are literals, and how do they apply to this problem? And all I have to say is, no, they don't apply to this problem. I don't think so, man. I mean, I don't know how the way I solved it, I don't know how these literals are applied. I'll tell you what literals are, though. So usually you can construct like a string, usually for a console message, or maybe you want to display a message in your website or software, and they usually are used to contain certain expressions. Let me frame that better. These strings contain, you have to do some certain calculations to output certain values within that string message. And now the second part is expressions. This is what would be given. The 140, 48 will be the area and perimeter respectively. So let's just break it down. We really wanted to use these expressions so that we can input it into this formula right here to find the S1 and S2 value. Let's just break it down even more, because let's just try to solve this part right here, then we'll solve the rest to find the S1 and S2 values. Because it's kind of big. The way to solve big problems like this, little by little. This part right here is called a discriminant. So I'm going to go and define this right here below. Function discriminant. Discriminant means anything under that little square root symbol. Let's think about this. We'll be given a perimeter and an area, and we want to return the math.square root of p squared. So we use the math. By the way, I'm using the math library. I'm using the square root function, and I'm also going to use the power, because the power is going to be the perimeter squared. Actually, to make this much more easier to understand, I'll put perim and area like that so that you guys won't be lost when I'm writing this out. So it's going to be math.the perimeter, and then I'm squaring it, in other words, by 2, and I have to subtract it by 16 times area. So once I return that discriminant, what I have to do right here, what we really need is just the expressions right here. In this case, I'm going to say, let's make this easier. Let perim equals expressions. This one is going to be actually 1, so it's going to be the second value. But the first value is going to be expressions. The first value, which is marked as 0, because the indexing starts at 0. Then 1 is the second value. All right. Now I have to. Now I could get either. I have to find out what S1, S2 is. I'm going to just put this ahead of time. Let S1, S2. I'm just going to declare it before I will assign its values. Or I could just solve it at this moment. S1 is going to equal perimeter perim, to keep going back and forth perim. In this case, I'll make it plus perim plus discriminant, perim and area. I did it like this, so I'm going to just keep it consistent, perim and area. And also, since I'm dividing it by 4, I have to go and include that one, so I'm going to put these parentheses right here because I want to divide all of that by 4. That S2 is going to equal, in this case, it's almost the same. Now you can see why I created this. This is what you call a helper method, because it helps the other method you want to use to, it helps this method do some calculations or calculate a certain behavior. In this case, to help me find the sides. And in this case, instead of plus, it's going to be a minus. Now, since I know for sure that, I think that since this is going to be, I know this value is going to be smaller than S2, and I want to return this in ascending order, I believe. Let me just check that out. Yep, ascending order. So in this case, since I know that S2 is going to be smaller, I'll do S2, S1 like this. The reason why I return it, return with S2 first is because since that the perimeter is going to subtract with whatever the discriminant value is. Whoa, wait, hold for a second. Yeah, I think I did this right. A perimeter plus this one is going to be bigger. Perimeter minus this one is going to be smaller. So I know for sure S2 is going to be smaller than S1 because this is being subtracted by something, and this one's going to be added by something. So run this code, I think it should kind of work, unless I have to import the math library. Okay, I don't have to do that. Let me submit the code. All right, guys, I think I solved it. I think I solved this mystery, gang. Please comment below if you get that reference. If you don't, I'll give you another clue. If you like and subscribe my content, I'll give you a clue and a Scooby snack. Have a good day, guys. Good luck.